Number 1. The Maine Coon. You are enormous and you know it. Not in an aggressive way, more like a large person who has simply accepted that they will always be the one asked to reach things on high shelves. You come into the world in a litter of fluff, already bigger than the others, already wearing more coat than seems strictly necessary. By the time you are 6 months old, you look like a small lion designed by someone who had only ever heard lions described verbally. Your paws are wide and tufted and built for snow, even if you live in an apartment in Ohio and have never seen snow. Your tail is a full plume. You carry it like a flag. Your owner calls you a dog cat, which you find reductive but not entirely inaccurate. You follow them from room to room. You chirp at birds through the window in a sound that is not quite a meow and not quite a trill, and is entirely your own invention. You are social in a way that surprises people who expected a cat. You greet strangers. You sit beside people rather than on top of them. You are large enough that when you do sit on someone, it is a commitment they feel in their legs for an hour afterward. Your health is mostly good. You are prone to heart conditions in later years, and your vet mentions this at every visit with the practiced tone of someone delivering a weather forecast. You live long anyway. You live past the age when most people expect you to go. You spend your last years moving more slowly through the same rooms, still following your person, still chirping at windows, your coat now slightly less full, but still more coat than most animals will ever wear. You die as you lived, large, warm, and thoroughly present. Number 2, the Ragdoll. Your defining characteristic is discovered the first time someone picks you up. You go limp. Not in distress, in trust. Your whole body says, fine, yes, carry me, I have no objections. This is not something you learned. It is something you are. You are a large cat, nearly as large as the Maine Coon, but where they are built like a wilderness animal, you are built like a throw pillow that somehow developed blue eyes and opinions about dinner time. Your coat is soft in a way that seems almost unfair. People reach for you involuntarily. Children carry you around in positions that would insult most cats, and you simply allow it, draped over an 8-year-old's arms like a scarf that has given up. You are not stupid. You are not without preferences. You simply operate from a baseline of such profound relaxation that conflict seems like too much effort. You like people. You like being in the same room as people. You will follow your owner to the bathroom, not because you are anxious, but because the bathroom is where they are and you see no reason to be somewhere they are not. You live indoors entirely. The outside world is not for you. You have been designed for softness, for the specific pleasure of being a beautiful and cooperative companion. You live a long and largely uneventful life. The most dramatic thing that happens to you is the day the vacuum cleaner comes out. And even then, your reaction is less panic and more mild inconvenience. You die peacefully. Someone is holding you. You go limp one final time, and it is exactly like every other time. And that is its own kind of grace. Number 3, the Siamese. You have opinions and you will be sharing them. This is established within the first weeks of life. Your voice is extraordinary. Not in the way a singing voice is extraordinary, but in the way a car alarm is extraordinary. It is loud, it is insistent, and it carries through walls with a clarity that impresses and exhausts everyone within range. You are lean and angular, built like punctuation. Your face a sharp geometry of dark points against pale fur. Your eyes are blue and slightly unsettling in the way of something that is watching you more carefully than you are watching it. You are one of the oldest breeds. You come from palaces. You were kept by royalty and treated as sacred, and something in your bearing has never forgotten this. You expect engagement. You expect conversation. You will initiate it if necessary, and you will sustain it longer than the other party would prefer. You bond deeply with one person, sometimes two, and everyone else in the world exists in your peripheral vision as furniture that occasionally moves. Your person is your person in a way that is almost canine in its intensity. When they leave, you experience something that can only be described as betrayal, and you tell them about it at length when they return. You are clever. You open things. You figure out patterns. You get bored in a way that is dangerous for everyone involved. You live a long life full of noise and intensity and a love that is demanding and absolute. You die as you lived, on your own terms with something to say about it. Number 4, the Persian. Breathing is complicated. This is the first thing and the last thing and the thing that runs underneath all the other things. Your face is flat. Pushed in, technically, the result of generations of selective breeding toward an aesthetic that your respiratory system was not consulted about. You are beautiful. People stop and say so. Your coat is extraordinary, a full, dense cloud of fur that requires daily grooming and receives it because your owner chose you knowing this and takes the responsibility seriously. Your life is slow and interior. You are not a climber. You are not a runner. You find a good surface, a velvet cushion, a patch of afternoon sun, the center of a bed, and you become part of it. You are calm in a way that reads as regal. You are not performing royalty. You are simply not interested in urgency. Things will happen when they happen. You watch the world from your chosen position with an expression of such complete serenity that people assume you are wise. You are not especially wise. You are comfortable. And comfort produces an expression that looks a lot like wisdom from the outside. Your eyes water. Your face requires regular cleaning. Your vet knows your name. You live a life that is genuinely pleasant in most of its hours, cushioned and warm and full of hands that come to touch your extraordinary fur. You die at a reasonable age, on your cushion, in your sun, with the specific dignity of something that never once hurried. Number 5, the Bengal. You are not entirely sure this was a good idea, not you specifically. The whole arrangement, the apartment, the indoor life, the food bowl that appears twice a day at the same time like a small domestic miracle that you have come to expect but never fully accept. You are part wildcat. Not metaphorically. Your ancestry includes the Asian leopard cat and your coat knows it. You are spotted and sleek, and you move through space with a precision that looks like showing off but is simply how you move. You are fast. You are curious in a way that is indistinguishable from destructive. You have knocked everything off every surface, not out of malice, but out of a genuine need to understand what happens when things fall. You have learned. You remember. You apply what you have learned to new objects immediately. Your owner loves you with the specific exhausted love of someone who adopted a sports car thinking it would be like a sedan. You need enrichment. You need play. You need a minimum of 2 serious interactive sessions a day, or you will find your own enrichment, and your enrichment will involve the blinds. You are not mean. You are not aggressive. You are simply a wild thing in a tame situation, doing your best, burning through your energy in an apartment that was not designed with you in mind. You are happiest near water, which surprises your owner the first time and delights them every time after. You live a long athletic life. You slow down eventually, but slowly, reluctantly, like something that has to be convinced. Number 6, the Scottish fold. Your ears fold forward and down, pressed flat against your round skull, giving you the permanent expression of a surprised owl. People find this unbearably endearing. The ears are the result of a genetic mutation, a cartilage condition that affects not just your ears but your joints, your tail, your entire skeletal structure in ways that are not visible from the outside but are present nonetheless. Some days your joints ache. You do not announce this. You sit in your round, compact way, folded and soft, and you look like a stuffed animal that learned to breathe. And people take photographs of you constantly. You are gentle-natured, you adapt well. You are not demanding in the way of the Siamese or energetic in the way of the Bengal. You find a lap and you stay there. You purr with a consistency that suggests an internal motor running at a low, steady frequency. You are good with children, good with other animals, good with the general chaos of a household in a way that seems to come from a deep personal policy of non-confrontation. Your health is monitored carefully by an owner who did their research and takes you to a vet who knows the specific things to watch for. You live a life that is mostly comfortable, mostly warm, mostly held. The ache is there, underneath, but so is the purring. And on most days, the purring is louder. Number 7, the Sphynx. You are naked and you have made peace with this. The first thing people say when they see you is some variation of alarmed, and then they touch you. And then their face changes entirely. You are warm, warmer than a furred cat, because there is nothing between your skin and the air, nothing between the air and someone's hand. You feel like a heated peach. You feel like something that should not exist, but is very glad that it does. You are extroverted in the extreme. You perform. You pose. You have learned that your appearance generates a reaction, and you have leaned into this with the commitment of a character actor who has found their role. You are a heat-seeking object, and you will press yourself against any warm body available. Human, dog, other cat, it does not matter. You are not picky about your heat source. You are picky about attention. You require it in quantities that would exhaust a more reserved animal. You need sweaters in winter. You need sunscreen if you sit in direct sunlight too long. You need your skin cleaned regularly because without fur to absorb it, the oil your body produces has nowhere to go. Your maintenance is not low. Your reward for this maintenance is a cat that greets you at the door, sleeps on your chest, and stares at you with enormous eyes that say, without ambiguity, "You are my favorite thing." You live a full life, warm and strange and entirely yourself. Number 8, the British Shorthair. You are a circle. This is meant affectionately. Your face is round, your body is round, your paws are round, your eyes are large and copper and also round, and the overall effect is of a cat assembled by someone working from a description of the word cozy. You are dense and solid. Picking you up is a surprise every time. You weigh more than you look like you should, packed into your compact frame like something very serious wearing a very soft coat. You are independent in the way of a cat who has thought about it and decided that independence suits them. You are not cold, you are simply self-possessed. You will sit beside your person, but rarely on them. You will accept affection on your own schedule, which is consistent but not frequent. You are not a lap cat. You are a presence cat. You make a room feel occupied in a specific comfortable way, and your absence from a room is noticed before it is understood. You are easy to live with. You have low drama. You eat well, sleep enormously, and observe the household with the calm authority of a senior employee who has seen many things and is no longer surprised by any of them. You live a long, healthy life. You become, over years, so thoroughly embedded in the texture of your home that the people who live with you cannot remember what the house felt like before you were in it. Number 9, the Abyssinian. You are in motion. This is your natural state. You are a small cat built like a suggestion of speed, lean, long-legged, ticked coat, catching light as you move so that you seem to shimmer slightly, like something glimpsed rather than seen. You are one of the oldest breeds. There are paintings in ancient Egypt that look like you, which you would find gratifying if you had time to stop and consider it, which you do not. You are curious about everything. Not in the Bengal's intense investigative way. In a lighter, faster way, a skimming curiosity that touches every surface and moves on. You are up high. You are always up high. The top of the refrigerator, the highest shelf, the crown of the door frame. You map your world vertically and you prefer the view from above. You are social, but not clingy. You like your people the way you like a good high perch. Reliable, available, but not something you need to be in constant contact with. You play hard, you eat fast, you sleep in short, concentrated bursts, and then you are up again, moving again, interested again. Your life is a long, bright streak of motion and light. You slow down eventually, as everything does, but even at the end you are watching something, tracking something, your eyes moving even when your body has decided to rest. You go out still curious. There was probably something interesting just out of frame, and you were looking for it until the last possible moment.